This morning, Toronto, -1. We've got some light snow through the city at this point, which is where we find Michelle Mackey outside in Toronto. Tell us what you're doing out there.
Thanks, Nicole. Yeah, I'm joining you from Ramsden Park in downtown Toronto, and it's actually quite beautiful. You mentioned the snow. It continues to fall, but I mean, it looks like we've already had about maybe 1.5 centimeters fall. So I'm thinking the bulk of it has already fallen. High pressure is going to move into place for Toronto and southern Ontario as we move into the afternoon hours. So the snow will taper off, but the big story you mentioned for Tuesday, the cold temperatures. For the city of Toronto, typically around this time of year, we like to see about -2. That's seasonal. Tomorrow, our daytime high, -11. So, Nicole, we're not going to see those extreme cold warnings that we saw last week for southern Ontario, but nonetheless, it is going to be frigid.
Now, let's go outside to Michelle Mackey, who is in the city of Toronto. And Michelle, I'm wondering, would you rather pick today to be out there with the snow and temperatures that are around -1, or tomorrow morning when it's sunny but -16?
Yeah, Nicole, you know what? I choose today over the cold temperatures any day. We are seasonal. You mentioned we are about -1, -2. That's our high in the city of Toronto. And the snow is falling. It's system snow. The bulk of it has fallen already. I'm looking on the ground here. It looks like we have between maybe 1.5 centimeters already. But that's going to taper off as we move into the late afternoon hours. High pressure on tap for tomorrow. So yes, the positive thing, the sunny skies. But the negative, very cold, well below seasonal temperatures. So, Nicole, today you need to dress for the snow. The bulk of it has fallen already. I'm looking on the ground here. It looks like we have between maybe 1.5 centimeters already, but that's going to taper off as we move into the late afternoon hours. High pressure on tap for tomorrow. So, yes, the positive thing, the sunny skies, but the negative, very cold, well below seasonal temperatures. So, Nicole, today you need to dress for the snow. Tomorrow, you need to dress for the cold.
Yeah, so layers tomorrow. Thanks, Michelle. Let's go outside right now. Michelle Mackey joining us in the city of Toronto with some light snow falling. It's actually quite beautiful out there.
It really is, Nicole. I'm in Ramsden Park, and it's quite picturesque. We've already got about maybe 1.5 centimeters of snow on the ground, but I don't think drivers will necessarily use the word picturesque on their Monday morning commute. It is a bit slow going because the roads are quite slick, and we also have blowing snow as well. But you mentioned the back roads. That's where we really need to be careful. That's where the snow accumulates. Takes the plows a little bit longer to get there. This morning, you will likely wake up in southern Ontario with a light dusting of snow on your car, so you'll need the brush. And tomorrow, no snow to worry about on the drive-in. Instead, it's the cold temperatures. That's our big story. So, Nicole and Chris, you'll need to warm your cars up for a little bit longer tomorrow morning.
Let's now head outside to Michelle Mackey, who's in the city of Toronto. And it looks like the light snow flurries have stopped since we last talked to you.
That's right, Nicole. Coming to you from Ramsden Park in downtown Toronto, and it is quite light. The flurries tapering off. It's mostly blowing snow at this point. And as we move into the afternoon hours, the snow really will continue to taper off. High pressure is moving into place. But the big story that you mentioned, the cool down for Tuesday, that's set to be the coldest day of the week for southern Ontario, well below seasonal. But the good news, sunny skies, but dress up warm. Tomorrow, the kids bundle them up for those cold temperatures. The temperatures will continue to rise as we head throughout the week, though, and something to look forward to get through your work and school week. A really nice weekend is looking like it's in store. We're looking at above seasonal temperatures. So, Nicole, maybe a good idea to get out, enjoy the weekend while we have the weather, do some things that you've maybe been putting off, like some outdoor chores.
Joining us outside, Michelle Mackey. So, Michelle, in terms of temperatures, I think tomorrow will be the bigger story, but what's it like out there in terms of the roadways and all around you?
Absolutely, Chris. The temperatures set to drop tomorrow. I'm actually quite comfortable right now. We're sitting around that seasonal average of -2 in downtown Toronto. I'm joining you from Ramsden Park. So if you're bundled up, get outside. It's actually quite beautiful. It's a winter wonderland. But as you mentioned, tomorrow it's going to be a different story. High pressure is moving into place, so we will see the sun shining, but temperatures about 10 degrees below seasonal. And in terms of the roadways today, well, Nicole, Chris, it's not looking too great. The flurries, they have lightened up, but the snow, because it's so light and fluffy, it's blowing on the roads. So not ideal driving conditions for the Monday morning commute.
All right.
Thanks so much, Michelle. But where Michelle Mackey is in Toronto, things have quieted down, but the roads still a little bit messy out there, right?
Absolutely, Nicole. The back roads especially are slow going because the back roads, that's where we don't have as much traffic melting the snow, and it takes a little while longer for the snow plows to get here. But as you mentioned, the flurries, they have lightened up. They will continue to lighten up as we head throughout the day, and it's quite beautiful here in Ramsden Park. But the big temperature, cold temperatures for Tuesday, Nicole.
That's right. Thanks, Michelle. And is moving into Toronto, and that's where we find Michelle Mackey right now with the snow-covered cars behind her. Not too much snow, Michelle, but I know it's been causing a few problems on the roads.
Absolutely. It was slow going getting into the city this morning, not only because of the slick surfaces, but we have falling snow and we have blowing snow. So it's a bit of an issue. Give yourself a little bit of extra time on your Monday morning commute. But for the ride home, not looking like such a problem. We have high pressure moving into place this afternoon. So the flurries, they will taper off. They already are where I am in Ramsden Park, downtown Toronto. And for tomorrow, sunny skies. That's the good news. The bad news, Nicole, very cold temperatures, coldest day of the week for Tuesday.
I know. So I think Michelle would rather be out there today than tomorrow because it's going to be very cold into tomorrow morning. Here